Drumgoon Hill Old Graveyard, with its association with St. Patrick, lies on a drumlin hill 4.5 kilometres southeast of Coot Hill in County Cavan. It lies in a landscape of drumlin hills formed over 10,000 years ago, when Ireland was in the grip of an ice age. The landscape is described as having a basket of eggs topography. This local area has an ancient history, with notable court tombs and standing stones providing evidence from the prehistoric period. Numerous ring forts situated on the Drumlin Hills date from the early medieval period. There is intriguing evidence that Drumgoon Hill Old Graveyard sits on a long-gone ring fort, or possibly an earlier site. The community of the past gives way to the community of the present. Drumgoon Hill Old Graveyard Maintenance and Support Committee is actively engaged in restoring, conserving and researching this historic site. Join us in exploring Drumgoon in its historic landscape. This hill is situated in a glaciated terrain, with surrounding individual monuments dating from the prehistoric to modern times. These are often situated on elevated glacial ridges or drumlins. Drumgoon lies in an historic landscape with evidence of human activity dating from the prehistoric to the post-medieval period. Selected monuments shown here testify to long-term activity and settlement in the area. These prehistoric period monuments lie on high ground, showing them to be of high status. The standing stones may have been territorial markers, and the court tomb a resting place for the ancestors. Prehistoric period from 9000 BC to 500 AD. The notable Cohaw Court tomb. Court, closed gallery with two chambered galleries, and the court. The prehistoric period 9000 BC to 500 AD. The Mayo Hill Standing Stone. The Ordnance Survey of Ireland chose Mayo Hill to site a trig point, which needs to be visible from two other trig points. Visibility was also important to position structures in ancient times. Mayo Hill Trig Point sits 600 feet or 183 metres above sea level. Drumgoon Hill lies 360 feet or 110 metres above sea level. Drumgoon Hill Graveyard and the ring forts are located on isolated elevated places. Early medieval period 500 AD to 1150 AD. This is an example of a ring fort with associated farming activities. A crannog is an artificial island, often upon which a small settlement is built. The crannogs are situated at lower elevations with surrounding water offering some protection against raiders. This provides some protection for the inhabitants. Moyduff Lake also houses a possible crannog. The post-medieval period brought many changes to Ireland. Penal laws made it difficult for Catholics to practice their religion, and religious observance went underground. The Great Famine wiped out a large part of the population and forced emigration to other countries. A mass rock is a rock or earth-fast boulder used as an altar, or a stone-built altar used when Mass was being celebrated during penal times about 1690 AD to 1750 AD. At Moyduff Mass Rock, the central hole was used as a holy water font. Secluded Kespenduff Mass Rock. Here we have archival footage taken at Polthy in 1982. In this footage we see Brother Ewan Bannon and Egon Farrell and Father P.J. Corrigan CC. Reputed to be the tabernacle. Coot Hill Union Workhouse opened in 1841. It was designed to hold 800 people. At the height of the famine, 6,000 people were housed here. Coot Hill Famine Pot, dating from 1845. The memorial was erected by the Coot Hill Cloth Manufacturers Workers in 1960. In 2018, a memorial was commissioned by the Drumgoon Hill Old Graveyard Maintenance and Support Group in memory of the souls buried in unmarked graves and famine victims. Many memorials have weathered inscriptions, making recording difficult. Photogrammetry was used to enhance the inscription and improve their readability. The Riley clan are one of the oldest established families in Ireland. A lost manuscript records the genealogy of the extended family for almost 1,000 years of its existence. There is a Riley grave slab in Drumgoon Graveyard. Photogrammetry has been used to make the weathered inscription more legible. We believe this gravestone fragment shows the inscription with the year 1700. If this is correct, it is the earliest known in the graveyard. Topography and memorial inscription surveys carried out in 2017 and 2018 with the help of the local community enabled a modern graveyard map to be created. The coming together of the local community to restore and conserve the graveyard has resulted in many benefits locally and beyond. The graveyard is maintained on a regular basis, and at the same time biodiversity is encouraged. Unmarked graves, some likely dating from before the famine period, are now acknowledged. Recording of memorial inscriptions has enabled national and international genealogical inquiries to be addressed. Genealogy associated with the 18th century Riley Memorial in the graveyard has yet to be documented. Charcoal, slag and radiocarbon dating has provided an exciting glimpse of the early history of the site. Tourism in the area has been stimulated as part of the Cavan Graveyard Network. Drumgoon Hill provides a wonderful setting to tell the unique story of Drumgoon Graveyard and its historic landscape. Drumgoon, the heart of 6,000 years of heritage, is building a bright future from the past.